Today, we'll get a peek at the new shelter and playground in Waupaca South Park. We'll learn more about the Waupaca Triathlon, find out about Waupaca County's new emergency alert system. We'll go to the Lions Fly-In and feature the Pet of the Month. I'm Joni Kern, and this is What's Happening Waupaca. We're here with Aaron Jensen standing under the pavilion, or standing by the pavilion at the South Park. It's good to see you again, Aaron.
Yes, you too, Joni.
This is really nice, and this is scheduled to be open in July, so it's available for everyone to use. You were giving me a little bit of a tour here, so we're going to talk about some of that.
Sure.
How long has this building been being built?
In the works? Oh, it seems like a long time. I think, let's see, the grant process started a couple years ago. I think our city administrator, Henry Veliker, started by reaching out to the DNR and applied for a stewardship grant, which he was successful in getting, and as well as successful in getting donor money from within the community. So really this project wouldn't be happening without him and his resources. Like I said, that was years back, and the actual construction started end of last summer, last fall. So
this is going to be great for the city of Waupaca. So I want you to tell us a few of the things that people are going to be able to do here and rent the pavilion for.
Right, yeah, this is, it's kind of a unique shelter to the rest of ours. We have a lot of open air pavilions, 5 of them within our park system. This is a little unique in the fact that it has a patio, which is right out front here, that overlooks Shadow Lake. We feel like this will be an ideal spot for weddings, big gatherings, events, things like that. A lot of room for seating on the patio, and then you can come underneath the open air shelter for other events, graduation parties, weddings as well, anything you guys want to do. We also have a kitchen area, which our others do not have. It'll set up nice for any of these events. You can serve food out of the kitchen area. We also have a countertop, a concrete countertop around the outside, which we have receptacles for Nescos and serving all sorts of things. So I think it'll work out well.
I think that's great because, you know, you pointed out the countertop, and I saw the electrical outlets. And coming from a person who has tried to find enough electricity for a family gathering at a park, this is really good to have.
Yes.
So we're going to thank you in advance.
It is convenient. You can never have too much electricity. So
that's right. Everybody's got something. Tell me a little bit about the brand new playground we have in the background.
Yeah, this playground is a part of phase 1 of the grant as well, of the project. This is from Northland Recreation, is kind of the manufacturer we've been working with. It's the first universally accessible playground in our city. So that means that it's at least 50% accessible by wheelchair. So that's kind of neat. The engineered wood fiber is a little different than the wood chips or the mulch that you'll see on our other playgrounds. It's also for accessibility purposes. And we have some ramps and some sidewalks leading up to the ramps. Probably our second biggest playground in the city. Our first would probably be Swan Park, excuse me. But I think it really adds to this new pavilion, the beach. I mean, it's a great place for families, young kids. We have a 2 to 5 year old age structure. And then we have a 5 to 12-year-old, so there's something for kind of everybody. If you don't feel that your kid is old enough to be on something, they can go to the smaller ones. So.
And that's fabulous, and all of us from Waupaca thank you guys for thinking of it as being something that is handicap accessible, because I think that's really important now. It always has been, but I think it's important when we're building a new structure. So is there anything else new here at South Park for us to enjoy?
Well, I know that I'm sure a lot of people watching are familiar with the South Park, the old shelter, the old bathrooms. Obviously, the old bathrooms were over here. That all got torn down and will be a part of this building. In the back of this, what you see now. We also have art sculpture, or art piece, I should say, that was worked on by the Friends of Waupaca Parks. The Waupaca Foundry was a big player. They're kind of taking the lead on putting it all together. And the Waupaca Community Arts Board, which was probably the one that got the whole collaboration going. And that will be placed probably sometime August, September over there, so that is not going to be installed until then, but that'll be a really nice piece to the park as well.
So instead of me asking you what exactly it is, I'm going to make us all come and take a look at it here at South Park.
Sounds great.
I think that sounds like a great idea. Well, thank you, Aaron, for taking time out of your busy schedule to come talk to us today. This is an absolutely gorgeous pavilion. So for those of us who haven't seen it yet, we need to come down and visit it because you've done beautiful work.
Absolutely. Well, there's a lot of people that did a lot of good work. The city crews did an awesome job. Our parks crew, our street superintendent and his crews, and John, Public Works, and city administrator and economic development director, and everybody had a hand in it. So it's really, truly the community's park, and I think people will enjoy it for a long time.
I'm sure they will. Thanks again, Aaron. We'll see you again.
The Waupaca Recreation Center, featuring programming for all ages. Home of the Waupaca Senior Center and youth programming Friday and Saturday nights, featuring 2 full gyms and space for various sports and activities. Visit the Dance Exercise Studio for a variety of classes. The Rec Center is a safe place to hang out. Also featuring a computer lab and classes, and a meeting room and other facilities available for rent. The Rec Center features different programming and meetings, and is the home of the Parks and Recreation Office. The Waupaca Recreation Center, a great place for all ages and activities. 407 School Street, downtown Waupaca.
We've got Dean Soundrell here, who is the director of the Waupaca Area Triathlon, to talk to us about. Now, this is going on August 16th, right?
Yep, I'm one of the directors on the board of directors of the triathlon.
Okay, well, you're one of the directors. We want to talk a little bit about, this is the 14th annual triathlon that Waupaca has had.
Yep, it's been around for 14 years now. I started, originally there were some people who felt they wanted to get the triathlon going. They had a lady come in who kind of has run races in the past and got started, not knowing how big it'd be. And from there, it just blossomed to the event it is now, which is just a really well-received and a great event for the community.
Well, it sounds like you were telling me just a couple of minutes ago how many people you have involved in it. Yeah. Now, there's 3 different things that we're going to talk about, because there's the children's event, and then there's a short event and a long event. Okay. So how many people do you have in because these numbers just blew my mind.
Well, what we have is, we have what we call 900 participants to be the long, short, and the short course together. And plus, in the long course, some of these people are there's 3 people doing a relay. So with that relay going on, there's probably another, so we always say there's over 1,000 participants probably that come, and that's just in the long and short course. And then in the children's triathlon, we'll get 200 to 300 kids who come in, and that's the night before.
That's amazing. It's great that that's so popular here, because there's got to be a bunch of people that come in from out of town to take part in this.
Definitely. We get people from all over, and it's really fun. We have a local announcer who announces who's coming across the line, and I'm usually at the finish line or somewhere kind of overseeing things. And it's fun to hear where these people are from. And, you know, a lot of them from the local area, but still, you know, from Illinois, from Minnesota, and all over. So it's really a neat thing bringing people in the community to participate. And because it's been so well run, I feel that people love to come back. And we have usually no problem filling up those 900 spots, and actually they fill up early. So as we mentioned, some of the spots might not be available anymore because we fill up so quick. Right, because yeah, you were telling me that you're just about full with this. So okay, so you have 3 parts to it. You start with a swim. Yeah. And then you go to a bike ride, and then you go to a run, correct? In both the short and the long? Yes, in the long course, we have them go out at 7 o'clock, the first person goes out, and they do a half-mile swim. Then they come into the transition area. Everything's right at South Park, which is really nice for a triathlon. Some triathlons are scattered all about. So they come in and they leave South Park on their bikes, and then they got a 20-minute bike ride down to the southern part of...
20 mile.
20 mile, sorry, yep, 20 mile. And then they come back, and then they have a 3-mile run. And then the short course people, they have a quarter-mile swim, about 11-mile bike, and then they come back for a 2-mile run. And it's pretty much the same course, just a little bit of change between the two.
Yeah. So it's, I mean, there's really something for everybody. And I know the children's, which is the night before,
Yep.
so that'll be on August 15th. You have it broken up into different age groups, correct?
You bet. We have 9 and 10-year-old age group of swimmers where they actually have to swim out the course. A 9 and 10-year-old part for kids who just don't want to have to swim that much. They can swim, but they can kind of run in the water. And then we go 8, 7, and 6, and 5-year-olds. So we kind of have it all spread out. And I enjoy that. There's nothing more fun than watching the smile on these little kids' face as they're running or doing or they see the finish line.
Oh, absolutely. And
Yeah.
finishing an event like that, like a triathlon or something like that, would be a great memory
It
for
is.
kids.
And those distances are a lot shorter. So, you know, it's
Oh, you don't make them
simpler.
you
They
don't
don't
make
do
them
the
bike
20 miles.
miles?
No. And so it's fun. And it's also fun just watching the parents, you know, it's because they're watching their kid. And,
Oh,
you know,
right.
it's kind of interesting to see how they get involved with everything, too. So it's fun. One thing, too, that I mentioned that, you know, we have all the people participating, but what's really amazing is the volunteers we get. I mean, we have, and that's all pretty much people from the community. You know, I would guess between 200 to 300 at least volunteers to get this triathlon going.
You said the Lions is a big part of it, and the
Lions,
Boy Scouts.
Yep, Boy Scouts are involved, the JCs are involved, some of the local church groups are involved, and again, I probably would not, there's just many different groups that get involved with it. And then the sponsorships, and we have a whole group of sponsors that are involved. Athletic Care is one of the big sponsors, and there's other sponsors that are involved to help this, to get that going. But like I said, the volunteers are my favorite because I kind of help oversee some of them, and it's every corner in town, every turn you can make on the bike route, there's usually somebody there with a little flag waving you
Sure.
where to go.
Absolutely.
And that's just on the course. And then in the park, I have people who are making sure the triathlon athletes go the right way, or make sure
Yep.
this gets picked up or cleaned up. And then in the
Yep.
registration tent, there's just a whole bunch of people. So
So
it really takes a
it's-
community
It is.
event.
It sounds like it's
Yeah.
very much a community affair,
Yeah.
and that is open to the public. So those of us who don't bike for 20 miles can come in and watch the action anyway, right?
That's right. You can come and
So,
watch, and you can come and
good.
volunteer. Be glad to have you do that too.
Great.
So it's really, like I said, really a good event for the community.
Sounds like fun. August 15th for the kids, August 16th
That's
for
right.
the adults.
You bet.
Thank you, Dean,
You
for
bet.
being here.
The Revival in downtown Waupaca prides themselves in providing above and beyond customer service. From small to tall, women of any age can consider the Revival your professional personal stylist, helping you find the right outfit for any occasion, weddings, senior pictures, or even a special night out. The Revival also specializes in home decor with a large selection and variety of items to choose from, including art from local Waupaca artists. The Revival, 111 West Fulton Street across from Farmer State Bank, downtown Waupaca. For more information, call 715-281-5100 or find them on Facebook. The Revival, home, art, and fashion. If you'd like to be a guest on What's Happening Waupaca, contact Josh at 715-258-4405 or email jwerner@cityofwaupaca.org. Full details at wintvwaupaca.com.
We have Andy Carlin, who is Waupaca County Emergency Management Director, and we have Steve Fensky, who is the City of Waupaca Emergency Management Director. That's a mouthful. We've got them both on today. We're going to talk about the new CodeRED emergency alert system that's going on. You're only one of 3 counties, so this isn't real widespread that people have the alert system going on, which is kind of exciting. And you guys launched it May 1st. So what can I look forward to the CodeRED alerting me about?
Well, the CodeRED system is, as you said, it's an emergency alerting system that will alert you by your home phone number, and then by signing up, it'll also alert you by your cell phone and your email, weather information, severe storms, if there was a water boil alert in the city, street closures, anything like that, anything that's an emergency that we want to let the citizens know quickly.
Because we were talking about it before we started this, and I told you that I'd gotten calls. I think I've gotten 2 or 3 at my house. I live in Waupaca County, and Waupaca County is one of those.
Right.
But when you were telling me about the different kinds of things you can be alerted about, I was surprised at all of them. So it's not only weather and emergencies, but you were also telling me that you could, Andy, you can call my house and tell me about whether there's someone dangerous in my neighborhood.
Right, we have several different options for sending out the message. It can be just a general non-emergency message, or we'll have emergency messages that goes out that there's somebody dangerous in your neighborhood. If there's a child missing in your neighborhood that we might want you looking out for. Anything that would affect your neighborhood, we can send a message out, and it's very, very rapid on sending the message out.
So if my horses have run away, I could call you and you could actually get the word out in my neighborhood.
No. Only if they're carrying rabies or something that's a danger to your neighbors.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah.
So, okay, so you could actually call about all of those kinds of things, and you were telling me how the system works, which is when you loaded your database, you got all of the landlines possible, and we're going to talk about registering here in a couple of minutes. But you literally can pick and choose. Andy, you were telling me this, and it was surprising. You can pick and choose what side of the street you call. Literally, you can be that choosy.
Right. When it's called picking the audience. We pick the audience that we want that message to go out to. We can send a message that goes countywide to all 5,200 or 52,000 citizens. We can pick it just for a neighborhood, a street. We can even go to the odd side of the street. We can go right down to a house. We can send a message to a house. It's just whatever area we're trying to reach.
Okay, so how do I register? Now, I have a landline, so I know I'm in it.
No, you don't know that you're in it.
Not necessarily.
You're not necessarily in it. We still want people to get in and register their landline phone. And if there's a duplicate in there, they'll go through and they're constantly checking the database to make sure there's not duplicates.
And if I have a cell phone, or if I want to be contacted via email, where do I go to register for this?
Well, for the City of Waupaca residents, they can go to the city website, cityofwaupaca.org. And there's a CodeRED logo right on there. They can click on that logo, and it'll direct them to the CodeRED registration page. Outside the city, they can go to the Waupaca County website, and on their homepage, there's also a CodeRED logo on there. Yep.
And you were telling me that my information when I register is going to be kept private.
Right. There's a check box that you can click to keep your data private. We can't even see who's registered. It's all kept private within the company. It's not sold, so your information is very private.
That is really nice to know that you've got that kind of alert for the residents.
And Waupaca County also added the weather option, the weather warning option as well. So in addition to your weather radio that everybody should have, it's just another tool for alerting. Or if you're not in your house with your weather radio and you're out driving around, your phone's going to go off if you've registered for that part of it too. And then you'll be alerted instantaneously of severe thunderstorm warnings or tornado warnings and watches.
Not watches,
or
just
watches,
warnings.
just warnings, yes.
Just the warnings.
Yep.
But you have to get on and register in order to get that.
Sounds good. So we all want to go to the website, either the city website or the county website.
Right.
We want to make sure that we register. All we have to do is click on the CodeRED button.
Yep.
And then we are alerted to just about everything.
Yep,
that
and if
needs
you
to
don't
be-
have internet access, go to the library. We've talked to all the libraries, and they're able to help you get registered.
Wonderful. Thank you, Steve
Thank
and
you,
Andy,
Joni.
so much for being on today and telling us about that. It's a terrific system to have for the residents of the county.
And we appreciate the time.
You bet.
Thanks.
Next, we are going to the Lions Fly-In for breakfast.
Whether enjoying a day of flying, group gatherings, one of 50 Cherokee Oshkosh or EAA professional pilots, supporting the community, our local businesses, aviation groups, and pilots of the future. We are the Waupaca Municipal Airport at Brunner Field.
We are at the Lions Breakfast here at the Waupaca Regional Airport, and I'm with Todd Malish. We saw him just a couple of months ago on the show. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
We're doing good. We got out here bright and early, and we got people coming in already here.
I've heard it's a great breakfast. You've got pancakes and eggs and the whole bit. You could get full and overeat.
Right, pancakes, eggs, sausage. You got juice and coffee. Yep.
Great. And you normally get, I've heard, between 700 and 800 people here on a Sunday.
That's usually what we get, as long as we get a nice day. Sometimes that holds people off, and so far so good.
It's not bad. It's cloudy out and a little cool, but it's not bad weather.
Right. And we're inside a hangar here, so it's going to keep everyone dry. So, yep.
That's always great. We want to talk a little bit. When you were on the show a couple of months ago, we talked about the vision test that you have. Now, you actually have it now and have been using it. So I want to talk a little bit about that.
Sure. We've been using it. We've used it in a couple daycares and stuff like that. And we're going to, next year in the fall, we're going to set it up for first, third, and fifth graders in the school system. So we're going to do that. But for today, we've got it set up here at the Fly-In. We took a fishing shanty, and we got it set up because you have to have it a little bit dark inside of there. So we do that, and we're doing vision screening for anybody that's interested in seeing the camera in action.
So I could find out why I need glasses?
You sure can. We can get a prescription, see if the prescription's correct right now.
There you go.
Yeah.
And what's nice about this is it goes far beyond the eye tests that have been done traditionally, correct?
Well, normally what it used to be is, you'd go in and you'd do the vision test and you'd say, read me the letters off the chart. This way, this is the camera right here, and this is what it is. And we basically just hold this camera up. The child or the patient looks at the camera for about 1 second. That's all it really needs. And it analyzes the pupils, looks at it, and gives us a readout. And it'll give us any abnormalities and anything that's going wrong.
And I know that you tested someone today, and it actually came up with a recommendation for a complete eye exam. So it actually is pretty comprehensive.
It's very accurate. I mean, we've talked with some of the eye doctors around town, and they've brought these sheets in. And I talked with a couple of the students that were recommended from the daycare, and they're wearing the glasses now. They've got glasses.
What a great head start for the students with school. They don't have to struggle with that.
And with something like this, you can go as young as 6 months old. So we had some small little babies. We had them hold them over their shoulder. We just went over the top, took the shot, and we're able to find out right away.
That's really exciting for you. Congratulations on that. It's going to be a huge difference for the community.
I think so. I think it's going to be like the staple of the Lions Club. This is what we're going to do. We're all about vision. Helen Keller was our leader, and she asked the Lions to be their knights in shining armor. So we've stepped forward, and this is bringing technology and using it to the best we can right now. Yeah.
That's fabulous. Well, thanks for taking a couple of minutes with me this morning, Todd, and good luck on your breakfast. I know that people are already here bright and early, so it's going to be a great day.
Yeah, well, have yourself some, all right? Have some pancakes. Check out the pancake makers that we have here. Buy some raffle tickets, and maybe take a plane ride around, all right?
Will do. Thanks again.
All right, thanks a lot.
You got some tape of me being in the room. I decided to get my eyes checked this morning just to see if my prescription was right. And Chris did it. And what did you find?
With your glasses on, we found that your eyes were within range and you could probably see pretty well. And then we took a picture with your eyeglasses off, and we found that you were out of range, and our camera came up with results that you should see a doctor and have a complete eye exam. Which
is probably pretty good because I don't see very well without my glasses on anymore.
Good, so it worked for you. That's great. And what we're really trying to do is get the kids so they're able to get through school a lot better so they can see and live a better life. So that's the main reason. But I'm glad we got you in here too to check it out.
That's kind of fabulous. I just thought it would be a thing to do, and it really is very quick and not at all painful, and you just hold the camera up away from me.
Lights
so
that you look at?
There's some really cool lights in there. So thanks, Chris, for doing that for me.
You're welcome. Cheers.
Get out and see what it's all about. So stop back over there. We got raffle tickets going on up front. You got food. If you're hungry still, go on back for seconds. And as John's doing back there with the brooms, we've got brooms for sale. So you'll find John around there for broom sales. Thanks again for coming out, and I appreciate your support. Thanks.
All right, we're standing here at the pancake griddle, and we've got somebody. Go ahead and shoot some out there, because that's kind of cool. Look at how slick that works. Well, this is kind of a fun way to spend a Sunday, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. especially on Father's Day.
Oh, and happy Father's Day as well.
Make a Mickey Mouse.
So you have, my husband used to make the letters for his daughters with that. But tell me a little bit about this griddle, because I've never seen one like it.
The Lions Club made these in Rex's shop over there, and we started with one, and then we couldn't keep up with one, so we made two. So now we can keep up with any amount of people that show up.
So you can just cook them on here, and it just is this gas now?
Yeah, LP gas. We got 4 burners, and then we can, if it gets slow, we can turn 2 off and keep it right temperature at 350 degrees.
Oh, the foundry helped make these. That's fabulous. So why do you have it spinning?
Because when you put them on, you don't have to move around. You can just stand in one spot, and then the guys flipping can just wait for they show up.
Oh, so it makes it.
And they're done.
It's not a cooking thing; it's a cooker ease thing.
Plus, it's 2 revolutions, and then they're done. So.
Well, that's pretty cool. So you flip them on the first revolution, and then they're done on the second, right?
Flip them a second time, and then they're done. Right.
That's fabulous. Well, thanks for talking to me for a couple of minutes this morning. Enjoy your pancake cooking.
Oh yeah.
We have Monica Gardner here without a voice, by the way, so I'm going to do most of the talking for you today because, she's kind of squeaking, coming and going. But she is here with our Pet of the Month, and we're going to have a little fun with you guys because if you want to know what this little guy's name is, he's an absolutely beautiful orange tabby. You need to go to the Waupaca Humane Society's website and check out his name, and we'll give you a hint. It starts with an L. Just to have a little fun. He's about as cute gets. Of course, kittens are something else. And he's wonderful. He's great for playing with other kittens. Is he, or does he need to be in a single house? Here, I need your voice.
He loves other kitties.
Does he?
Yep, he's very playful.
Good deal.
Very affectionate.
And he's about 12 weeks old, so he's a great age to bring into your house. And of course, he is already neutered, which we want to touch briefly on because this is summertime, which means that you are inundated with kittens this time of year.
And it's only going to get worse.
It is. It's going to get worse because cats normally have 2 or 3 batches of summertime. So we really need to try to encourage people to get cats spayed and neutered. And your program, which spays and neuters for low-income people, is going to be continuing.
Right. We'll have another one towards the end of July. So if you're interested in getting in on that, please give us a call right away. We'll tell you how to get signed up.
Yep. And so if you have a cat that isn't spayed or neutered, please help out the Humane Society because they end up with more kittens than they know what to do with. And of course, I'm just going to, in a couple of seconds, say don't lock your animals in a car in the summertime because even in north central Wisconsin, it is way, way too warm.
Right.
So, terrific. Thank you, Monica. Even without a voice, we love to have you on. And we really enjoyed meeting this little guy. He's just about as cute can be and sweet too. Thank you for joining us each month for What's Happening in Waupaca. If you have any ideas for the show or would like to be a guest, just let us know. Call 715-258-4405 for details.